You guys.
Hi. Hey. How are you?
Scott's like, yeah, me, pick me.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
Scott's
Brenda was busy yesterday. Did you get to sleep?
Yeah.
Which one? Carol. No, not Carol, but
No, I
Miss
just know his personality.
I have a plug. If that's not real,
Tease him because he has a building that's in the market.
don't tease me like that.
But he doesn't sell it.
I mean, you could try it. We're gonna say
Every time I see one,
I need to get my nails done. I'm not about cover right now.
it's either
I know
off
that's
market or it's not on
expensive.
market, Scott.
I'm not off, but I've got to put in my car. But I pick. That's when nervous
I
habit.
know if I pay money to go to dine and look pretty, I feel like I don't do it.
Oh, I don't do it. I do 3 weeks. Yeah, it's not every 2 weeks. Like, I do 3 weeks. Yeah, but I pick, so I've got to today. And my nail girl,
How are you,
she
sir?
knows.
Enjoy that class.
She does my hands and her mother does
Yeah,
mine.
that credit card class.
He's so good. And I never told her.
We're laughing about that.
Yeah.
I know. And props.
Yeah.
Hey gosh, that's so good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your class is tested. Your class is
Hello, thank you, sir.
You can choose to not go to the class.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're the banker and she's giving out $100 bills?
That's not bad. Better than the other
It's rare to find somebody like her who knows her stuff. And I only
Yeah, so I'll read through it. I mean, I read it real quick, but I do what I want. You don't need to. We know.
I just talked to
Good.
a baby
Oh,
boy.
you did? Oh, he's so busy.
I know. That's
Yeah, that's what you said. Well, I don't know that. He called me at like 10 or 9. He said in Peachtree City he got 3 calls.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, boy, you have got this.
Always pick up something. I don't see it as always something.
Something fun they have.
I was in the business, I was in banking for 10 years.
We're not going that far.
That's why I remember where I
So how'd you do Saturday? Did you have a blast?
Then how do I do it? I don't have one of those on my finger.
Because I made mistakes. So I went to try an hour there. I was
There's a reason that I walk out.
the reason I didn't figure out is I was struggling.
how those guys, yeah.
Good morning. I'm good. Are you not gonna eat the cantaloupe? That's always the last question.
I'm going to get to it.
Okay, good. That's better than me. I always stick around and eat the pineapple and the
I
watermelon.
want to want that.
I love him. This is actually third time.
Oh, well, maybe they don't want you.
And those guys, apparently they're tighter than normal.
I like the hats. I like the hats.
counted that gun yesterday. Very fast yesterday, I have to say. I love it. You look like to be like real men wear pink. Yeah.
Festivus.
I know, right? You look smart. Sure was it so long? Sure was it. I look like he's smiling.
Blue. And I looked at it and I said,
Well, it's cute, like, I hate this piece of
I'm just saying what you're saying is I learned a lesson
Morning, everybody. Good morning. Someone give me some good news. What's some good news?
We all got $100.
I would not recommend you try to spend that.
I have good news,
All right, tell me your good news.
and I think we can all relate to this. So Sunday afternoon, went to dinner with, as I call it, Senior Citizen Day with my in-laws. We do it every Sunday. And so it was like 5:30 and we're already done, right? So we're driving home down 575 and it starts to rain. And my car said 101 degrees. By the time we got to our house at East Cobb, my car said 81 degrees. And it's been a little cooler the last few days, so I think that's a beautiful win for everybody.
Okay, so he's happy that it's pretty cool. I'm happy that it is right now because I like the long days of summer as opposed to, you know, at 5 o'clock and what happens about November. It's dark. I don't look dark. I think that's dark. Anyway, so every Thursday night when I leave here, I go meet two friends. One is named Wes Ball, the other one is named Jim Cooper, and we started real estate the same year at the same company. Junior and I pre-licensed class together. We didn't have any glass of wine or something appropriate for the past 40 years. But you with the staff and my grandson called that night? Yeah. Geezer night. And I remember she was there by far. But about $10 each. You got to be probably so be careful how you label those nights, because you'll be there one of these days soon. Just be careful. But they call it geezer night very finally, which I'm okay with. Who else has got something that they want to talk about? Good. All right, tell me.
So I was having family dinner on Saturday and I got a text from a past client that said, hey, we went to an open house. We weren't really thinking of buying a house, but we really like this house. And we think we might want to make an offer on it. So then I was like, all right, well, let's, so I called them and then we made an appointment on Sunday to go see the his agent in this office. They're listing, so so we were under contract last night. So, yeah, so then I already have so I went over their house on Sunday to talk about the offer, so we signed the listing agreement and we were under contract yesterday. So we already had they already reached out to them. The lender we had used before, so it was pretty easy. Yeah, so that was a nice, just little.
I had to give you one for one. But that's nice. Yes, ma'am.
So like, I guess about a week ago, I had to reach out to Angela because I was in negotiations on a property, like the inspection response. And I just wanted to say that I had a very long list of like 12 things and I got everything. Thank you very much for your help. I appreciate it and I'm under contract this going forward.
Awesome.
Let's give them a hand. I was up in Colby this morning, with Libby Bramlett, and I just said, Libby, how's it going? And she says, she's going well, I'm busy, and I said, "Great, you know what that means?" And she said, well, I'm busy. Are you busier now than you were a month ago? She said, well, actually, yes, I'm a little busy, but she said, I got a listing on what the price was. Got a listing, it took us almost 6 days to go into contract, and my seller said, I was so surprised we didn't go into contract the first weekend. It took 6 days to go into contract. Now, Paige, look at Paige shaking her head. Why are you shaking your head? Because.
No, I mean, 6 days.
All right.
Come on, guys.
That's what COVID is done.
Yeah, I just, it's scary though. And on day 4, it's scary for us too. It certainly is for me, because it's like, how many offers do we have? Okay, we only need 1 to go to closing. Okay, you know, listening to all those things, but it is scary. And when we get to day 10, but in good markets, day 10 was my 10-10-10 policy. So I guess I have to get accustomed to that too.
Expectations, right? Anyway, guys, but I still am happy that we're under contract in 6 days, which is actually a cool thing, so absolutely great. I did look this week, guys, because, you know, I am not a numbers person. You laugh at me when I say that, but I really am not. But I do look at the numbers every single day. And our office is still leading in 2 categories. Someone tell what 2 categories we're leading in. Number of listings, we're still number 1 in the city for Keller Williams. With like 500 some year to date. The next highest is like 560, next highest is like 483, something like that. So we're still leading there, and we're also leading in what else? Closed volume, not volume. Closed units. Number 1 for all of Keller Williams in Metro Atlanta for closed units. Now, why am I more interested in closed units rather than volume?
Market share.
What do you say?
So we can control our units, we just really can't control the volume.
It's your pipeline.
Pipeline,
It's the market center's pipeline, just like our future buyers and sellers are ours.
Market share.
Anybody else want to comment on that?
Market share.
Say it again.
Market share.
Market share. Is that important?
Yeah.
That's very important, because I remember I told you we had about 400 some listings. Our competitor across the street has got 78 listings. I won't say what you got, but you got to figure it out. There's a lot of competitors across the street. Here we got. See, we still are doing a lot to have great market share, which makes me smile. So that's, and how many listings I've taken this year?
0.
So guys, I'm glad y'all still out there, because we need more listings, and so, sounds great. Anything else? We talk about good news?
I do have a little bit of good news, because I'm gonna have to head out, and I was hoping that they would be here, but they're not. So this past week, you know, we opened up our prospecting room, and we
Who's been in the prospecting room?
who's-
Oh,
so-
yeah, you've been in the prospecting room, okay. If you've not
so-
been there, you need to go in there. It's beautiful, and tell them about it, Brenda.
So we have a new prospecting room, and the Bashir team goes in there and prospects 5 days a week. There's somebody in there right now. There's always at least 1 desk available. And we want to prospect with you. We want to practice scripts. We want to hear each other on the phone. We all want to get better so that we're all more productive. You come in and you call your own pipeline. You call your own buyers and sellers and leads. We'll do the same. You call your own sphere. And we just get to hear conversations that allow us to be better on the phone. And we practice scripts as well. And last week we had 2 people come into the prospecting room and prospect with us. And I want to give them kudos and a shout out to Patrick and to D'Angela. And I gotta tell you, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from D'Angela. She's very good on the phone, I have to say. And I even said, like, wow, that was great. She was calling her sphere. She was awesome. And she was like really practicing her scripts on them. And I thought it was amazing. And so we had a great exchange there. And there were 3 of us in the room at the time. There's a lot of energy. So I gave them each $10 gift certificate for like just stepping up to the plate doing that. And do you mind putting that in their box for me? But anyway, please join us. It's right here. Like, do y'all know where it is? Okay, so if you haven't seen it, just walk out this door at the end of the meeting, take a look and come in. It's open for you, even if there's nobody in there. So just go on in and use this space and good luck.
Thanks.
Let's give them a hand, we love that. But I promise you that there's not another office in Metroline that I'm aware of that has agents that are out there helping you prospect. They're saying, come in and prospect with us, come and do script practice with us, guys. So there's a reason why we leave those categories, because once you focus on what? Once you focus on what? You don't focus on it. So, all right, guys, that sounds great. Thank you, Brenda, for doing that, okay? Let us move on. Our partners. Come up, partner. This is Cheryl King. She's one of our closing attorneys, and she's now the person I call when I have a legal problem because she knows, and she'll get in there and fight with me. I like that, Cheryl.
Yes. So you're probably gonna have a hard time seeing this, but.
I'm gonna turn the light on.
Oh, yeah, we'll turn it on. So, what I got a request from one of the other KW brokers, and something that I've had on my wish list for a while is to put together a checklist for you guys for going through the closing. So what I did was I looked at some resources that some other people have put out. I looked at the checklist that is part of the GARDocs that is a broker form, so it's in the COs.
And for those who don't know what a GARDocs is,
Georgia Association of Realtors.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the CO, Company Operation 25, is a checklist that the brokers can use when they're looking at your contracts. And so what I wanted to do was put together a relatively easy checklist, but it's also 5 pages long because the checklist is only like a page plus a couple of inches. The rest of it's resources. The rest of it's explanations with hyperlinks and things where you can go find things. So Kimberly has a copy of the PDF, and I'd like to have this month, what I'd like to do, because we've got holidays and everything else going on, I think instead of teaching a lot of classes this month, what I'm going to do is put together a series of probably Zoom meetings and put together a whole bunch of checklists for you guys. What to do when you have an estate, what to do when you have a divorce, what do you do when you have these things. And the goal, what I've been working on, what I started working on last month was I wanted to have something that we could give our staff to handle title problems, something I could give to you that would explain it, something you can give to your client so you're not the one giving them the information. And it's all the same stuff, it's just 3 different audiences, right, for the formatting of it. So this one is just asking basic things, all buyers, all sellers, is the address correct, legal description information, is it complete, all of the things that we're seeing repeatedly. I have all of the disclosures on here, and there's information in the resources about those types of disclosures. There is a form to fill in the deadlines, and I'm going to put this in an Adobe version that you can actually populate and create. But all of the things that are the most common offenders for our deadlines, and then some things to consider for your deadlines. For the seller's property disclosure statement, in the additional resources, I have the 2 different types of disclosures and the 2 steps to use if you don't have a disclosure at the time you go binding. So like all of your options for what you should be thinking at and looking at are absolutely right there. But all of that's just general information for you guys. And like I said, a lot of things that are hyperlinks. That way you can click on it and get to what you need. Yeah.
So Cheryl, I get calls on the weekends a lot, and sometimes I'm not next to my computer. And this weekend I was able to go to the website, right, because I happen to be in front of my computer, where we should not be writing our own steps.
Right.
Can you mention?
Yeah, so there is, one of the things I put in the contract checklist is, do you have all the right exhibits attached? If they're attached, are they referenced? If they're referenced, are they attached? Writing the stipulations, and I make a reference in there so that you know the practice of law is the preparation of any document that secures a legal right. So if you think about what our contracts are, there's rights on both sides of that. You get a little bit of latitude in putting together contracts under the real estate and broker section of the Georgia Code, but it really says you're going to use forms that were prepared by an attorney. So when you're getting resources from these guys, you're getting things that have been reviewed by an attorney. When you're using the GAR forms, you're using things that have been prepared by an attorney. When you are just putting pen to paper or asking ChatGPT what to do, then in those and don't get me wrong, I've spent a lot of time on ChatGPT. Like I love to play around with it. But if you've heard the story of the guy that went into court and it had provided a whole bunch of like chapter and case recitation and all of it was just completely fictitious.
Yeah.
So, but what, he went to my Smart Steps website. My cell phone number is out there, my email address is out there. If you will, if you've ever emailed me on the weekend, you would see that you get responses to emails on the weekend. I get a lot of fake phone calls, tons. So I actually do like it when agents text me first and say, hey, I've got this question. And if it's short, I'll respond in the text. If it's long, I'll call. If I need to send you something, I'll email you. But I'm happy to help. But the STIPS website is out there. The guard docs are out there. Be super duper careful when you're putting this stuff together. I spend a great deal of my time helping our staff with contracts where people just made things up. I mean, and did a really, really, really bad job doing them. Both with writing STIPs and maybe even, we have one recently where they combined the sale or lease contingency and the all cash contingency, and they just cost the buyer $6,000 in earnest money with the way they did it. So it'd be really problematic. But yeah, my email address is on here. This is just because I was going to add it to the end of the checklist, a place for, or the link to where all of our offices are. But you will see the invites. I'm planning on doing a bunch of them and making them short, so that people can and having a topic for each one, so you can jump into just the ones you do. It's not for me to tell you, it's for me to hear you. And find out what you're needing and what you need to look good in front of your clients, what resources you can give them. So please, please, please participate.
We love you, Cheryl. We love you. Everybody look at Timmy, okay? If you go on Facebook and you ask answers to legal questions, you are an idiot. Look at me, you're an idiot.
If you're within your own Facebook group, this is family and we can all discuss, and there's a few of us who are lawyers that are in there too.
Guys, don't, I don't care. Mary Smith, who's top agent in our office, don't call her, call one of us.
My favorite is the stuff I see on Reddit too. That's amazing. It's really good for non-lawyers to give lawyer answers without regard to we are 50 separate states in the union. I read them just for fun. You guys have a great day.
So I'm talking to the managing broker, the broker director of an office last week. He was justifying why his seller terminated agreement, that he don't have the right to terminate. He argued with me about, I said, well, tell me in the contract where it says that, Jim, everyone assumes it. I said, really? So guys, if you want answers to tough questions, don't ask your best friend, don't ask the top agent in his office, please call one of us. Now, I'm probably the last one you should call because I don't read the contract as much as I used to, but I can, and I figured I can do that, I'll do it for you guys. But please, 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 call Rob, call Sherry, call Angela, call one of us, to where if the answer is wrong, who's responsible? You. We are. We'll stand the gap. It's wrong. If someone else gives you bad advice, I'm gonna go, sorry, you should call one of us. Guys, please don't do that. That's one of my soapboxes. Can you tell?
And watch the Sherry video. She just sent one out from Seth Weissman. Every time he does a new one, she sends it out, and it was about sellers terminating.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Thank you. Well, Sherry gets not right, wrong much. She is not wrong much. She usually puts her in this, and Rob and the rest. Okay, all right, September 13th at 1 p.m. I will turn this off. The 5 stages of negotiations on partners and White Oak, which is coming up, Supreme Best. Okay, y'all want to talk about it, guys? Come on up.
Yes, sir. Buenos dias.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, first of all, thank you so much for you to attend the last week's C class, Trade Essentials. It was awesome. Always is awesome. Thank you for attending as well, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You lead by example. You were there, you learned at the C class, so it was great. I'm not saying. So, but because we know that education is a really big part of our professional and personal development, you know, we are having the 5 stages of negotiation. This is tailored for you agents. So you're gonna see the flyer right there. get it with you, sign up. It's on September 13th. It's a lunch and learn. It's not 3 hours, just 90 minutes. But it's gonna be fun, and you're gonna learn how to create a system for a win-to-win situation, okay? So RSVP, please, so we can head count for the launch. I know that the rates are not as low as 2020, 21, but those are not as high as the 80s, okay? But every time that we have this type of situation with rates, we try to develop different tools that we can help, and you can help your clients to don't freak out with rates, okay? So you're gonna go over a couple of things, and then I'm gonna tell you something else.
So I just wanted to recap on something that we've all been talking about for quite a while, but I think it's worth hitting again, because we all know about the temporary buy downs, the 1-0, the 2-1, and the 3-2-1 buy downs. Ultimately, if you don't know, that's where we're using concessions from the seller, and sometimes in part from the lender, to temporarily reduce the mortgage payment for 1, 2, or 3 years for the buyer by temporarily reducing their interest rate. So that's been on the table for a while. It's an awesome program, but I wanted to compare that to permanently buying down your rate with discount, because that's always something that people are interested in, is fighting to get the lowest interest rate that's possible. And so really the difference is refinancing and break-even points. So if you're paying for permanent discount points to reduce your rate permanently, and then you go to refinance before you've broken even, you're gonna lose that money that you've spent to reduce your interest rate permanently. Versus if you're using money from the seller to temporarily buy down your rate, when you go to refinance, any amount that's been left in that hasn't been used for that buy down is going to be put directly towards your principal. So that is a really, really big difference, because break-even points, when you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars to buy an interest rate, that break-even point could be years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road, which will help navigate that for the buyer. But if next year rates are in the 4.5%, 5% zone, don't know exactly where they'll fall, but regardless, lower than 8%, you're gonna wanna refinance all the same. So don't just get too hung up on the lowest interest rate. It's important for everybody to notice, and if you care a lot about the monthly payment, this is a great option.
And just as an example, I have a client that, 2,400 was too high for them, and they were looking for 2,200. So they were receiving $7,000 every contribution. So we made the calculations that we are using those $7,000 to buy down. Okay, so they can start with the 2,200, 2,300 second year, and then come back to the 24. But we expect that the rates get lower at that time to do the refinance. Okay, the other feature that we have is the lock drop feature. What does that mean? We have a client, we have a contract, we lock the rate today, closing within 30 days, let's say. And if we see a drop on rates, we can float down the rate, okay, once.
This is great. We can lock them, and then within their contract, before they close, we can float down their rate if the rates drop before they close. Sorry, just wanted to.
No, that's fine.
It's a huge.
Could you say it again?
I think they got it the first 2 times.
No, it's really important. It's huge, because usually the lenders, they're not gonna drop the rate if they go down unless there is a closing vote.
So there's no cost.
No cost. We take care of that here in this office.
You as the agent get to take care of it. No.
Well, that's it. There's always tools to help you out with that. You're gonna see a flyer. I'm sorry, it's black and white. I didn't pay my money for the color ink. But you're gonna see some information about the buy downs right there. If you have any questions, specific questions, we're here.
Thank you all.
Come on up. Here.
Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany Jones with American Home Shield Warranty. So happy to be here and see you guys today. Hopefully gonna enjoy some Chick-fil-A. If not, hopefully there's some still left in there. But you guys each have a $100 bill in front of you.
Yes.
The reason for that is, if you're not aware, American Home Shield Warranty pays a rebate. You're just for your office, the Keller Williams Rawls Group, all of your offices are set up on a RESPA compliant rebate program with us. So we're paying you a rebate for you to give us good contact information for the parties involved in the transaction. The reason for that is everyone has a smoother experience when we can reach out to them. We always do a welcome call, which is just kind of a warm and fuzzy touch after the warranty funds. So we'll reach out to your client, we'll send them a welcome kit over the mail. We'll also pick up the phone and call them. So when you're ordering your warranties, if you put in the seller's name, email, and phone, we pay $50. And this comes back off your office bill every month. If you put in the buyer's name, email, and phone, and I say you can enter your own warranties, or I can do it for you, either way, whatever you prefer. If you have both sides of the transaction to enter, then we pay $100. So on the back of $100 is some stars. So if you want to check and see if you are the lucky winner, we just have a little gift. Buddy?
Stars on the back.
Yeah.
I have three.
Oh, is that you? Sorry, I should have said three. It's just a and this is just a fun little graphic one to show you guys. We have no age limitations or restrictions. So remember that we also at American Home Show, we do not require an inspection, but do hold on to it just in case an air conditioning goes out the day after close and they file a claim and our contractor were to say it was pre-existing. Hold on to that contract. As long as it's within 45 days, we can use that and go back and typically overturn that. But we're here to help you guys keep your deals together and get to the closing table. So use us as a negotiation tool. Highly, highly recommend our Shield Complete, which is our top plan. That is our plan that has unlimited refrigerant. I can't tell you how many $1,000 refrigerant bills I've seen this summer, and people that, you know, have a plan that only covers $10 a pound. That doesn't go very far when it's $150 a pound or $100 a pound. It's so expensive right now. So go with the Shield Complete, $785 for single family, $660 for condo townhome. You also get roof leak repair there, and we do pay out a lot in roof leak repair claims. They can file a rekey when they move in their new home for their service call fee. The service call fee is $125. Appliance limit is $7,000, so great for those high-end appliances. You can also look at a 2-year warranty. If you look at our rate card, which you guys all have, for the Shield Complete, you'll see the 2-year warranty is not less expensive. It's actually the 1-year price times 2, but it locks them in for that 2 years, and especially if you can get the seller to cover it. Go ahead and get 2-year coverage. That way they're locked in and they have that peace of mind for longer. Just a few things about, you know, they don't make them like they used to. You can click it again. Kimberly's kind of a fun little picture of the ancient refrigerator that won't die on you, right? Yeah. But the newer appliances, 35% of our HVAC claims are on systems under 10 years old. 45% of our appliance claims are on units under 5 years old. So things just aren't made like they used to be. So even if you think, oh, it's only 5 years old, we maybe don't need a warranty, you probably do, right? Because those are not going to last as long. Just a couple things to keep in mind. I know we had a situation with an agent from your office, but sometimes when these buyers get these warranties, they think that if they have, just because the unit's 15, 20 years old, the first claim they have, we're going to replace the whole unit. But that's really not how warranty works. We want to get the unit back up and running, right? And keep it chugging along. That's our goal. So we're going to diagnose what the issue is. Sometimes it's the interior of the unit, you know, the evap coil. Sometimes it's the outside part of the unit. Whatever it is that's not working, could just be the thermostat. We're going to diagnose and fix that, right? So over time, if they get tired of, you know, if they call it Band-Aids or doing the smaller repairs and they just want a new unit, they always have that option. So we now have a new upgrade program. Even if you have sellers that want to replace their, to upgrade their HVAC before it hits the market, go ahead and throw our seller's coverage on there and you can upgrade it during the listing period. We are now extending our manufacturer buying power and wholesale pricing to our customers. Any active warranty, you can go through our upgrade program. You don't have to have a claim, you can just choose to upgrade at any time. And we're seeing on average about 30% savings off retail, but some up to 50%. So the upgrade program's a really good option. If they're in the middle of a claim and they decide they don't want to have a smaller fix, you know, that diagnosed, they wanna replace the whole thing, take the cash out from that repair and put it towards an upgrade. So that's a really good option when you're talking about old AC systems that are concerned. So anyway, I'm here. I am always available to help you guys and just step into if you ever run into an issue. So reach out to me anytime. And this is just so you guys know, I'll put some down or give some to Kimberly. This one comes with a 1-year American Home Show warranty. If you have a listing with really old systems, old appliances, and you want to include a warranty, you can stick this easel, you know, in the foyer, in the island, in the kitchen, and it just makes people feel more comfortable when they walk through the home that it comes with a warranty. So,
Nice.
reach out anytime. Thank you.
Come on, guys. Play distance in there, so guys, please go and have one. Y4C2Ts, guys, this is our belief system, and who am I think on this morning? Let's see, who am I gonna look at? Not done before. All right, Eric, you've not done one in a while, have you? Which is your
It's
favorite
been
one
a
this morning?
minute. Well, communication is always my go-to. I mean,
What's that?
integrity is always good. Well, it starts with that, right? I mean, it starts with picking up the phone and you know, obviously with our customers and qualifying them and having consultations with them and then pulling them through the transaction and then picking up the phone to call the agent on the other side of the deal, right? I mean, if you're a buyer's agent and you don't call the listing agent, then you're gonna miss out probably. And it's having that relationship two-way. You know, you go to win-win or no deal. I mean, it's communication leads to a win-win, right? So that's communication is always me. And that was my major.
I like that. I like that one, guys. Just realize that if you ever have a shouting match with your fellow agent, you will both lose.
Right.
You will not win. I've never had a shouting match with anybody, but I thought, I'm so glad I screamed at agent. It made me feel so good, so maybe. Guys, usually if people are shouting at me, I get quiet.
And your tone matters too.
Tone matters too, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, big time, like, whatever. Exactly. Anyway, guys, so please understand that, guys, that's part of what we do here, guys. We do not scream obscenity. So about a month ago, an agent in another attorney's office wrote an email that had more obscenities than I've ever seen before in my life.
More what?
Awful. I mean, it was awful. The agent in the other attorney's office, okay? In fact, and he put in writing. And his words said, my mother would not let me use. She would wash my mouth. That was so, still even today. It was awful. I sent to the team leader that agent's no longer with our company. Which I like that. They should not be. Oh, by the way, do we have anybody here new for the first time?
Yes, speaking of, thanks,
Good,
Jim.
good.
And I would like to introduce Ms. Carol Stromat. She is a seasoned agent, and I'll let her do a quick introduction.
Carol, welcome.
Thank you. I just, with the, honors from him, I attended today. I had talked to him. He's a really good friend. I'm a really good friend of his mom.
Yeah.
And he's done an amazing job in my neighborhood. But, I haven't been in the business in the last 8 months. So I just wanted to, see what's out there and, maybe change to another company. So I was just checking everything out.
Everybody thinks she should come here, raise your hand. Oh, it's a big Thank you. Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Magdalena. This is my friend, Yarka. She
Yeah, what?
is a licensed agent, and she heard a lot about Keller Williams. She's a mom of 3, like me, and I met her husband. I was friends with her husband before I became friends with her. So I wanted to tell her and show her what Keller Williams is about, and I said the best thing to do is just come and watch us during the meeting.
We like you, everyone thinks she should be here. Raise your hand, yay! Welcome. We know how you got this. Okay. All right, agents, staff, highlight. And by the way, we do not pick and choose the ones we like the best. You have to send your information if you want us to highlight you guys. I like to highlight everybody in our office at some point. So please send it to Kimberly. She sent out the link a couple times. So today is, oh my goodness, Marjorie Caesar. She is Present Cable's accounting, joined KW because she attended family reunion. Guys, that's a story that I have to tell you about at some point, but she's been in real estate for 17 years. Interesting fact, I scored 1,000 career points during basketball
Oh
season in high school. She's also an athlete, guys. She is amazing. But guys, we'll have her come tell her story one day, because when she came to family reunion, she was almost totally out of money. I invited her. She was invited to family reunion to a party we were having. What I forgot to do was to tell the guard at the gate to let her in. I forgot, I didn't think about it. She got in, guys.
Wow.
She talked away, and guys, and the rest is history. She is an amazing success story, and also a member of our ALC. So Marjorie, we love you also. Is that it? Just one day?
Super person.
What?
She's a super person.
She's a super
I mean,
person.
if you haven't had the opportunity to spend just a minute with her, she's really, really cool. She came to one of our team meetings, and we were talking, and I said, do you remember when you and I went on the listing appointment with your client? And everybody on our team went, what? You've never gone with anybody on a listing appointment. But she's just lovable. She's full of integrity. She here. She is, she's full of integrity. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. And I'm like, I never have done that before. I'm nice, I'm not fat.
You said it, not me. I'm not either, really. Glad to go with her. Anyway, guys, so we love Marjorie. Guys, Noble USA, just remind you, you're gonna hear more and more about this. And of course, we're gonna talk about becoming a shareholder, because you have to meet certain criteria to be a shareholder. But guys, if you want to let your client have the chance to see multiple insurance companies to find the best one for them that fits their needs, they can do that through Noble USA. It is a great program. It's been tested by some of our very finest agents, and they say it's a great way for your client to get the best deal in their insurance, not just the first one they call, like State Farm or whatever. So guys, so please be aware of this. I'm going to remind you also the Script Mastermind. It's every day. It's on Wednesday from 9 to 11. Is that right, Rob?
Yes, tomorrow we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over a couple of the nuggets that we got from Mega Camp. Just so you know, this is just the notes just from one session of Mega Camp. So you're not gonna get everything, but we're gonna share. And if you were at Mega Camp, I would love for you to attend as well, because everyone gets something different. So that's tomorrow morning.
And guys, next week, we're actually going to do the same thing with Mega Camp. Agents that were there are going to come, and we're going to share something that they are putting into practice right now that will be a part of their business going forward. So we're going to have some great nuggets next week also. Thank you. Okay, understanding home warranties. Guys, this is something you should go to because there's so many of them out there. So understanding home warranties on Wednesday, August the 30th from 11 to 12. Is that in the room downstairs, Kimberly? So that'll be from Home Warranty of America, understanding them what all the different criteria are for those guys. And I will tell you, the thing to understand is you've got to know who the representative is, that you know them, and they're called reachable by phone, because guys, that's what makes it different, because home warranties are famous for turning you down. So you want to have a chance to call that person and say, hey, I need your help, and they are the reason to go to that home warranty company. Courtney Newton, remind you about this again, guys. She is going to go do what Brenda's doing also, and that's come lead generating with them. You're going to receive some income earning leads, conversation framework, and support on site. And that's August 31st at Courtney's office, 1956 Lower Roswell Road, Suite C. It's Lower Roswell Road, almost at the loop, guys. So please do that. You do need to email Courtney in order to go. But if you want to test out some leads, please go and join her that morning. Once you learn about diversity and inclusion, who's going to talk about this today?
I think I'm the only one here.
Magdalena, you want to talk about it? Magdalena, go ahead. One of you.
Okay, so we worked really hard to present this workshop for you. There was a lot of interest at our last one, and a lot of new topics came up that were of interest to fellow agents. We really want you to come. We want it to be an open roundtable conversation, safe place to share experiences, ask questions, because we don't know everything. We need to ask questions, and I think sharing experience, we believe sharing experience is the best way to learn. So please join us. We would love to have you. We will have handouts for everyone. We want people to participate. And also we want you to give us ideas for our follow-up topics. Okay. All the information's in. See you Thursday.
And guys, that's just something that if you'll come, you'll be blessed, because you'll think, I never knew that. I'm going because I think it's that important, so please come. There is a door decorating contest. Is Sherry here? She is not, guys. But decorate your office door or home door office with your favorite college or professional football team. Prizes involved starting September the 1st. Soccer teams, which they call football in Europe. Soccer teams are also accepted. Guys, please do this.
What is
Decorate
that?
your door.
What is that Tennessee doing?
Yeah,
I know. Come on, get down. Where's Melissa?
That's the only.
That's Sherry,
You know,
that's Sherry, that's Sherry.
So wrong.
That's Sherry.
Come
Come on now, don't get crazy.
If you have a home office, we want you to decorate your door at home, all right? So if your door to your office is at home and you work from home, we want to see it.
So what do we do? If we decide-
Decorate your door.
Take a picture.
No, send me the picture.
Yep.
What if I work only on my car?
Decorate your car.
Should I wrap my car?
This is gonna be fun, guys, so please.
So it starts September, and when is it?
What'd you ask?
When is it? Because it
Start
starts
whole month of
September 1st,
September.
whole month of September. You
Our
guys do
team is
that?
having our own competition within the office. And, no, our team is having our own competition within the team.
It'll be the only Georgia Southern door.
And it's like, are you kidding me? I mean, we have already started ordering everything. We're so excited. This is what makes team with all of us.
Anyway, that's coming, trivia night is coming, please put this on your calendar. I hear, oh Jim, we never do anything, social outside the office, guys. This is really fun, Patty Jackson's backyard is a great place to have this. Just come that night and enjoy. I am the work, you do not want me on your team for trivia, you will lose if you have me on your team.
And this is a professional trivia guy. It's not just Jim reading off questions. It's gonna be fun and there's prizes.
Exactly right, so please put that on your calendar and just go out of your way to come, because Patty is getting our home ready for us. And I was going to support her, guys, and please do this, it's coming up. First closing. Our first list, which one is it? I forgot.
First listing.
Right, come on, Bob.
Allison's, is Allison now? I didn't see her here. Allison,
Congratulations.
First reading.
Yeah. First closing.
first closing. This girl has worked hard. Hard.
Way to go.
Thank you.
So sometimes in this business, it happens quickly, and sometimes it happens slowly, then suddenly. So she just got her first one, so I do want to brag on her for 1 second.
1 second.
What's happening over the next 30 days? How many closings?
Okay, I had nothing for almost 8 months.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, 4 in a row.
She's also in here every day.
But she's here every day, just doing the boring.
Don't touch my hats.
No, but I have a lot of people to thank, and I think I want to start off with Magda, because I wouldn't have got my first without her. So there's been a lot of collaboration. And there are a lot of newies. There's Sahar, there's Brenda, there's Angela, there's Stacy. There's a group of new people always there to help out. And we have got Rob, obviously, for the last call. Is it right? But yes, thank you. It's a teamwork. Everything is a teamwork. And that's what new agents need to come here, because of the experience and the teamwork that we have here.
Yes.
So thank you.
You know the one thing that is consistent about agents who don't make it here? They don't show up. They go hide in their house as if that's gonna make them motivated. That's the one thing, and the ones that show up are the ones that do well. Now, can you do well at home? Yes, if you are able to hold yourself accountable, but most of us cannot do that. I cannot do that, so I come into work today. Yes, something different? Okay, guys, so cappers are next. Okay, this is my pleasure. By the way, look at these great new hats. What do you think?
Awesome.
And I can't wear one because I'm not a capper. No. Come on. All right, so our July cappers are Adriana, yay! And you will yell this for me. What are my favorite colors? Exactly that. I was gonna like you, but that's okay. Anyway, she's one of the ones that shows up every day, guys. There's a reason, okay, guys. All right, so and the next one is Lynn Anthony. Is Lynn here? I don't think so. Let's get Lynn a hand. Way to go, Lynn. Oh, Brenda and Phil Bashir, they've got too much. Let's give them a hand. I'll take them myself. I'll do it, okay? All right, Allison Gale, come on up, Allison. She's also out there working. Give her a hand. Hey, Allison.
Right here. Allison, here you go.
Awesome.
Okay, let's give her a hand. One more hand, guys. Lori Greenwald, let's give Lori a hand. Let's give Lori a hand. Wait. R3 Johnson! A bunch.
Thank you.
One more share, I promise you.
Oh, it's okay. It's Riley here.
Her daughter. Her daughter comes up this week and goes, Mom, you need a haircut. Your hair is looking,
I love it.
what did she say?
It's splitting.
It's
No,
splitting.
it's
Okay,
splitting.
so what's happening when your hair splits?
No, I got it. Yeah.
Lilia! Yeah, And Lilia has capped areas that I've been here, so she just continues to cap. Lilia, congratulations. That's a huge thing. Put your cap on. Let's give her a hand, yay! Yeah, but with Bob Barker dying this week at 99, he used to do, he was a host of what show?
The Price is
Right. He died at 99. I'm gonna be giving out hats at 99. Yeah. Kaylin, let's give Kaylin a hand. Megan, are you here, Megan? Let's give Megan a hand. Way to go, Megan. Desiree, let's give her a hand. Desiree. Ivan, come on, buddy. Hey, guys. Thank you. What do you like? I'm proud of you. And Terry and Pagimatan, let's give her a hand. I can't pronounce her name. Brenda Ross, way to go, Brenda! Yay! Rob, you give her a hat. I'll give her a
Am I allowed?
Just this one time.
There you go.
Here.
There you go, Brenda, we're proud of you. And Brenda, what did you do before you were here?
Taught science for 30 years.
That's right, school teacher, they do well. They do well. All right, ready to Brenda. Shahar, come on, Shahar! Yay!
Thank you.
First time ever. Shahar, right?
Gotta put it on.
Yeah. And then look this way. Sure. Okay. And Brenda, I didn't realize that you were a first time capper, but I promise I will get you flowers. So this is for you, first time capper.
You're so welcome, we're so proud of you. All right, we're gonna do lessons learned toward the end, because we need to move on. All right, guys, so today, we thought it'd be fun and talk about the gadgets that are out there right now, which we think is fun. There's a lot of gadgets out there right now. AI. What do you think about AI? What do you love about it?
I think that if you know how to phrase your questions properly, you can get a lot of things done very efficiently. For example, the other day, I asked ChatGPT to create a follow-up system and break it down by 3 varieties, met, haven't met, and I think it was like referral or something like that. And it gave me in 3 separate sections a 5-step follow-up system for each requested section. So yeah, it's great.
AI is coming. But it's a new change, the need for us.
No.
How did it in 4 years since computer comes, running at 18, does that change the need for us? Or did not? Guys, we keep hearing they're gonna change it, but in 40 years, not quite 44 this year, I must know a lot of, it still is, I meet you, you meet me, we work together. That's like the major thing in real estate. But guys, technology can be a great tool for us, so, Kimber, come on. And Christie, both of us, come on here, you got 2 chairs. Oh, this is Christie's idea.
No, this is Christy's idea, and I'm not a tech person. We thought it'd be kind of fun to show you a few things that we came across or used, and then we're gonna break into groups, and then y'all kind of brainstorm other things you're using, and we'll kind of come back and share that with the group. And then we also have a side thing you can think about when we break out. What's in your car? I've seen some of those posted, you know, when people start saying guns and zip ties and stun guns, and we're like, really, are we selling houses or taking dead bodies? But, so that's something else we'll talk about too, because when you're new, sometimes you just don't think of some of these things. So anyway, so here we are with a few things we're gonna scan through, and y'all feel free to jump in.
Would you like the lights off or on?
I think on are fine, and y'all can turn
On is fine.
Okay, all right, let's see what we
It's
got.
not a lot of
Okay, yeah, all right, go ahead. Oh, my assistant put this on the spreadsheet, and we can share this later, but if you want to scan that, it'll take you to the spreadsheet where all these are.
Wait,
All right,
go back.
go back one more, one more. Turn the light off.
Thank you.
We can always come back to the screen.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
it does
share
have
it.
to
And then you
access.
can stand up.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the first one. I stole this from somebody else, but Try It On AI is kind of an interesting thing. So you need a headshot, and we don't have anybody coming in for the next month, or you're too cheap because.
Better or not, you all?
Better, all right.
Thank you.
So this is a neat site where you're gonna take your own selfies and you upload like 10 headshots with different shirts, different necklines, whatever it is. And you get back 100 headshots. It can be business or it can be lifestyle for $17. So here's an example of what we did, because you know I'm so glamorous. So she put my pictures in here. Go ahead and flip the next one. So here's what we went to. So here's what I sent on the left. Not so sexy. And look at me. I feel like I'm Christy Brington on the right hand side. That is my new headshot on all my social media now. And I mean, even this little model shot. Look at this baby. I'm gonna go look for that outfit. So I mean, this, you can see what I sent. It had nothing to do with anything that came back out.
So you literally sent those in those outfits and they changed your outfit and everything?
Yeah, and they changed the clothes, they fixed the hair, they took out the wrinkles.
I can get hair?
How would you want to?
So $17, so Try It On AI, go Google that, it's amazing, so if you need a thing for your match profile or your social media, you're good.
With as much content as we need to be pushing out in our social media with stories and everything, it's great to put some variety in your pictures.
Yeah,
Like,
you can do lifestyle stuff too, so it makes it more casual, more laid back, so.
It's fun for clients.
So look for these on my social profiles. Alright. Next one, y'all probably heard us talk about with command, you can go create things in Canva, import them as command for your emails. But it's free for the basic stuff. Please, if you're not using Canva, go check it out.
Canva's awesome. Yeah. Upgraded Canva, I think, is totally worth it. As far as you get tons and tons and tons of stock images, templates. To not ever have to go pay for stock images is super cool. And now they're starting to have some stock videos too, so you can make some little shorts on Canva. So check that
How
out.
much is the upgrade?
I think it's like
12 a month?
yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
that's-
between $12 and $20 a month. Yeah, totally worth it.
We would play with this one. This is Cubicasa, and I think it originally came out through one of the MLSs. But you can do for free. It's a little slow and clunky, but you can work it out. And it lets you go into a room and you just do the video. You don't have to go corner, 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 corner. And then you step in the closet, you step in the bathroom, and then it puts it all back together. If you forget a room, you gotta go back and start all over again. But Cubicasa is a great way to add floor plans because you know everything you read, people want to see it on your listings. to know how the house flows, especially when the pictures are all wonky, you don't know what room's going where.
Especially a funky.
Yeah,
you
you
get
get
to
the,
see.
so.
Do you guys, what do you think about including a floor plan in your list?
I think if you can get a floor plan and if you can do it for free because you got extra time, right? Do it all every time because floor plans if you can.
So how does this work? You just upload the house and the pictures and that's how it, it
Yeah,
just
you
adds
walk in
it?
the front door, you'll scan a room, move to the next room, scan the whole room.
The
and
app
you just-
puts it all together.
Yeah.
And then
You
download
take the
one
video
image.
and then.
Yeah.
But you upload it on.
Spits
Okay.
it out.
accurate? I mean.
It is. We've
Really
done
good.
we've done probably about 8 of them now, and then you can put in family room, kitchen, whatever, you can label the rooms as well.
I had one listing where the primary bathroom was really teeny, and I put a floor plan up, and my showings were not what I expected them to be. And I took the floor plan off, and I got a bunch of showings.
Well, there you go.
Maybe not.
So think about it. I mean, depends on the house, right? You market each house individually, right?
Yeah, and everybody wants that big bathroom, so.
Yep.
Okay, RPR, we won't spend a lot of time here, but you're seeing a lot of emails coming out talking about a lot of training sessions, but there are so many tools. You wanna know what somebody's mortgage balance is probably gonna be. A lot of history on that. You can do data tools, you can pull lists out from people who might just own houses and not live in them. So there's so much you can do over there. So if you haven't played with that, we get that as a membership from NAR.
And please go YouTube, Ronnie DiCarlo. He knows this thing inside and out, and he's got a class that I attended on RPR.
Who is that?
Ronnie DiCarlo.
Thank you.
Okay, RONNIEDE Carlo.
And I don't know if you guys saw, there was a big data breach of like 35 different MLSs last week. When those MLSs were down, agents were going to RPR. So get their information for showing.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Who loves that? Oh, Unsplash. Carrie mentioned you can get some stock photos in Canva. This is just another place with a bunch of free stock photos if you want to use those too for email campaigns or headers or whatever you're putting up with your banners on your website. MailChimp, again, those of you who are using Command, you might consider turning on MailChimp as well. You get a lot more flexibility with email campaigns. I think you use MailChimp or you use.
I've used both.
Classic Command?
I've used MailChimp and I use Command.
Okay. But figure out what source works for you. Try Command first because it's free, and then you might try some other things that give you some more flexibility if you're not finding what you want there. But, monthly price. Oh, Lexi liked this one. My assistant likes this one. So her example was if someone sends you a PDF, like a tax IRS form, you can go make it a changeable field and editor with, so this is a free PDF editor. So you could drop in the thing, send it to your client. This is something separate from DocuSign, but if you just had some things you want to create up like an open house template or survey or whatever you might want to do, this is another nice free tool.
Adobe's expensive.
Yes. We all have QR codes you see popping up everywhere, so if you don't know where those are coming from, you can go to this website and generate a QR code, so that way it takes them straight to whatever you want them to land on your website, like, what's the value of my home? You know, if you're looking for homes in East Cobb with golf courses, you click here, and the QR code can take you straight to your landing page or website, so another free place to do those.
ColorSnap Pro, so this little dongle is $80. You can order it on Sherwin-Williams website or go into the shop and get one. And you take this little black thing and you hold it up against any surface and it'll tell you what Sherwin-Williams color it is. And it is wildly accurate. Like I went and did all my walls, which I know what the colors are, and it came back with the correct colors. So I've used this when we're staging and something needs to be touched up, or we show a home and the buyer's like, oh my God, I love that color, and they're not buying that house, we can get the color. So it's a fun tool, fits in your pocket or your backpack or your.
How big is it? Little, just like a little tube.
That's fantastic, because buyers are always like, how
It's
much?
the size of an old cigarette lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So super easy, comes with a free app, so you just have to buy the equipment once and then you're good to go.
You just dated that.
And these are kind of some cool devices like you have on hand that we kind of, oh, I never even thought of that, and now you look like the expert and you're showing value to your clients.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna have Kimberly play the video on this one. I'll introduce it really quick, but so you can connect Productive AI to your command. It's in the marketplace in command. And then you install the app on your phone and it's going to track every phone call you make
log it in Command, set up to-dos and appointments based on what you said in the conversation. It is wild. I'm gonna let the video kind of speak for itself. Yeah.
We'll pantomime it so you can guess what
Yeah.
you're saying.
He's saying, hey, Brenda. He says something about, let's go meet at the coffee shop at 2, something. Can I Google it real quick? You could if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, here you go. Yeah.
2:30 it is. See you then.
You're there. Okay, so he's got his phone. He gets a notification from the app.
Updating service quote for 32 employees. One task created, one calendar event created.
It summarized my call for me. It took notes, tasks, and created a calendar event. Are you seeing this?
Can you picture Karen doing that?
Call summarization and call history. Let's jump right in. At the end of every single call, you get a pop-down notification from Productive.ai, which gives you the contact name, one-line summarization of your conversation. That's right, automatically using Productive's AI. As you can see here, it says update service quote for 32 employees, just 10 seconds after I ended my call. You'll also see the
Obviously, this is a non-realistic example.
and additionally calendar items that will automatically go into your calendar. Now, if I come into Productive here, you'll see I have my call history. Now, this isn't just like your Android or iPhone call history. This is an enhanced call history with additional features. You'll see every single call record has a one-line summary that'll remind you of the important information you spoke of on that conversation when you're scrolling through and looking to see who you spoke to and what you spoke about. And on the right side here, I have this play icon, not just for voicemails, but to play back your conversations and see additional
Can you
information.
imagine, like, how many times you have an agent call you and you're like, which agent was it that said their buyers were?
Larger summary that summarizes all of the important information of your conversations. That's right. You don't have to remember a thing. You don't have to use the notepad.
And then
You
it
just
logs
need to
those notes
talk
in Command.
and engage with people.
Super cool, right?
Are having
So,
discussions with whether it's
it's
family,
productive.ai,
productive.ai.
$19 a month.
You never
Imports
forget
in
a
Spanish?
detail again. All of you.
You know what, I think it does.
Productive.ai will take care of the
I
rest.
think it works in Spanish now, and they're adding languages.
But
as we're
your
talking.
contact needs to be in Command.
Right.
For it to log in Command, yeah, but you'll still have the call record on the app.
What if you called your husband, is it gonna give you back a?
I was just gonna say, I'm not
Conversation.
Yeah, I want every conversation recorded.
Moving on to the last
What's
and
this,
final
Carrie,
slide.
what's this called again? It's called.
Productive.ai. You know, it's not, try it to see if it
I'm
helps
sure you turn it on or off.
Are you using it?
Totally. Yeah, I'm playing with it now. Yeah, it's fun.
So be careful if she calls you.
It's cool.
That's good.
All right, my favorite tech tool recently is CapCut. CapCut allows you to make really easy, really flexible video editing. So it's an app on your phone. You can also put it on your desktop. It's free for the basic version, and it's only $8 a month for the pro version, which gives you some more templates and some more like stock video stuff. Awesome for short form video like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. So if you've got, you ever seen like an agent talking in front of a green screen of like stats or something? Use CapCut to do that. It's super easy. It's just push a couple buttons and it's done. So,
And we all know video's way to get those?
yep,
Use
short
that
form
now.
video. Use CapCut. It's so fun. So those are the tools that I have today. Yeah.
So since we're running a little later on time, how about instead of breaking into groups, we could just kind of open the floor
Brainstorm.
up? And if y'all have any other suggestions you want to share with the group of things that you've done that have saved you time, you can see you can spend money all day long, but you know, what did you find that was worth the fun? So
I use CapCut and I 100% recommend it. It's
So
super easy. You play with it. It's really fun. Jim thinks I'm some kind of a trained videographer, but it's CapCut. Yep, and I use the free version.
Okay, that's good.
So my favorite thing about Command is tasks. So every conversation that you have, you put it past the next time you're gonna talk to them.
Yes, yes.
And what you're gonna talk to them about.
Simple
Yeah,
informational
it's simple
technology.
if you're already paying for it.
Anybody else have any tools? What do you like, Rob?
So, there's one I put on my phone this weekend, actually. I was looking at a property for me and my wife, and, it was a large property. And I was trying to figure out, you know, where the boundaries were. And I used to have this a long time ago, and I took it off my phone. Land, fly.
Yeah.
Yes, it follows you, like I knew where I was, it was like following me, and I knew exactly when I got to the.
GLID?
Yes.
Landslide.
Landslide.
And what you can, if you just started using it.
GLIDE. I used it a long time ago, and now I'm using it.
What you can do, I've been using it for a couple of years now, it's the best, it's a $99 app, it's the same price every year, they've been, I think I've had it my third year. When you, like, if you pull into a park, you know, pull up to a property, you can then scroll up, and it'll go to the county of record.
Oh, yes.
And you can do a screenshot to get the PIN and the address, and I've found you don't have to take a note to yourself, you just screenshot it, you email it back to yourself to remind you to check on the property, whatever, if it's a FSBO, FLOBO, whatever, and it's $99. I don't pay more than $2 or $3, but it'll pay for itself.
So a lot of like houses here in East Cobb, you know, the older 70s style houses, there's no backyard, right? And you have clients ask you, how far back does this go? Can I clear those 30 pine trees out? You could walk back there and be like, here it is, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah, you're a blue dot on the map, so you can
Yep.
watch yourself moving around the property.
And that's free.
$99.
So I should cancel it by this weekend, so I get a 7-day free trial.
If you remember, Northeast Georgia Board of Realtors in their FMLS, they have that. And you can do the same thing where you pull up the property and give you all the tax assessors information.
How often do you, think, I don't wanna call the person back, because I'll talk for one month, I gotta call them back, oh my God, I don't wanna do it. So I have an app that I use, it's called Slide Dial.
Yeah.
You know about it, right now, Slide Dial.
Yeah.
I think it's free, could be a small charge too, but guys, it goes directly to their voicemail. Because sometimes you're like, I talked to the agent 16 times today, she asks the same dumb questions, or he does, you know, so I just wanna go straight to voicemail and say, I got your message, thank you, I'll respond tomorrow. Slide dial the number, and it goes into their voicemail. All
And
right.
like Slide Broadcast, you can load in all your numbers from
That's
your
right.
command database, like, don't forget to turn your clocks back an hour.
What was that?
Slide dial.
No, Slide Broadcast is the one that you pay for. And I'll drop a voicemail to all my clients without having to go straight to their.
It's called Slide
Slide
Broadcast.
Broadcast, you pay for like the number, I think, of voicemails that you drop.
Really?
So you could just say.
What is it? What's the name?
Slide Broadcast.
That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm like talking about at lunch, and
You're right.
then we can.
Yeah, you just, it's just if you just wanna send a reminder and you don't, like, about something, you don't wanna call 230 people, you literally record it, you have all your contacts loaded up and it drops the voicemail.
And it's coming from your phone number, which is so nice.
Yeah.
I think you can also do a text version too.
I've been, for text version, I've been using an app called Reach. And I think it's like $3 a month or something like that. And you load in all your contacts and say, I wanna send all of these people this text, inviting them to this party. And it pulls it up with text, all you have to do is sit there for like 15 minutes and hit send. That's the only way to make it compliant, where you don't have to say that please unsubscribe at the end. So it makes that process quick and easy. The app brings it up, and so you don't have to paste, you don't have to bring up contacts, you're just send.
Well, you know, using video messages, I talked to Magdalena about, are the hottest thing right now. To where you call, and you leave them a video message, and they're easy to do.
Yeah, Bomb.
The what?
Bomb is the name of it.
Just a little phone.
No,
Just a
it's
text
Bomb.
message on your phone.
It'll do it through text, and it also links to your email. So you could, instead of typing an email, you could just say, hey, real quick, I just want to follow up with you, here's what we found out, so you don't have to type.
And if you're afraid of the way that you will look and sound on the phone, on Force checks, get over it. That's the way, that's the way you look like you're saying. If I can do it, you all can do it.
A little less fancy than BombBomb and free is a Chrome extension called, I have to look up real quick. But it is free video messaging for Gmail.
And
I'll tell you what it's called.
Adobe Scan is free. You can just scan, if you're out with a client, you scan the document, turn it into a PDF and email it right away. So
You can do that on iPhone for free.
Adobe Scan.
Yeah, you can do that on notes on your iPhone too. On the
For
notes
the
section.
Samsung users, you can use it.
It's,
Yeah.
There's also one called Turbo Scan, which is a really stable $2.99 one-time charge.
Cloud HQ is my free video email extension.
What was that again?
Cloud HQ.
Cloud HQ.
And it's an extension that you install on your Chrome, and then you can send Gmails with a video embedded in it.
So I have to be on my computer. Oh, no, I can do it
You
here.
can do it on Chrome on there, yeah.
Cloud HQ.
What you got, Mike?
I'll just tell you, interesting, it's probably most would not, in this room, not use it, but I was talking to another colleague, a commercial colleague, and he's got a tenant rep, he's got a client who's a tenant looking to be in a large retail center. And there's a company out there that is tracking foot traffic by your cell phones. So if you go into a Target center, you know, if you're down here at the Walmart center right down the road, this company has got AI that tracks the foot traffic. Normally it's just been vehicles per day. And, you know, that's usually what retailers will look at if they're gonna be in a large retail center. They're now tracking feet.
If you don't believe that's true, every time I go into Lowe's, Allman Brothers start playing, so I don't know, they know I'm
It's called Placer.ai. You can pay, you can get the data, but you gotta pay for it. Apparently it's a pretty hefty subscription.
What about Box Brownie?
Box Brownie?
What's that, Terry?
Box Brownie, you send them a photo and they'll touch it up.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I had them at a garage door when the sellers left the garage door, for pictures.
It's like when you were out going there.
Yeah, or they'll do,
Virtual
if
enhancement.
you have a hoarder, they will make the room bigger.
Yeah.
Show information.
Yes.
So they were Box Brownie.
Box Brownie.
Not
Not if you disclose.
Right.
Yeah, the kids in
If
the
you show a
picture.
picture of how it could be, you need to disclose.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Images.
There's no other tech topics. The other thing we had was, especially when you're new, what do I need to keep in my car? You know, things that you learn the hard way when
Okay,
you're out.
what's up with the zip tie?
Zip ties.
What?
That's for your signs and for your signs. I keep them in my
Especially
car.
the shingles. For your signs.
Flashlight.
Get the little clips break or whatever. I thought zip ties has been a lifesaver because I'll have my clips snap.
Flashlight.
Flashlight, mag
Flashlight.
You have a tape measure.
Tape measure.
Dark
Hold on.
basement with no
And water.
working lights.
Cute little pink and black toolbox.
Yeah.
You got scissors,
Yeah.
scissors, measuring tape.
Index.
Actually, instead of a tape measure, invest in a little laser tool. Great investment.
Lots of tape.
Little laser.
Flashlight.
they'll do
Keeps case of
square
water.
Not so much anymore, but I used to carry boots in my car for a new home.
And this is one of my favorites. This is like a little graphite. You can get it wherever they make keys. Because if the keys won't work and you're like, I can't just get a good and then lock it off. And it doesn't make the mess that WD-40 does. Because WD-40, then the pollen starts sticking on it and it's a mess.
I would say, I keep shoe covers in mind.
Yes.
Rainy days, showings, sometimes they just, don't have them there.
And wet wipes, is you never know.
Wow, sure. Disposable gloves.
What?
Snacks.
I'm like, if you have to put signs in the ground when we haven't had rain, I love my rubber mallet.
Also for opening stuck windows.
Oh, opening stuck windows without making damage on it.
Yeah.
What?
How do you use that? My windows are home.
Just that way you can just tap it.
You break it, you buy it.
Tap along the top of the.
If you've got, empty houses, you might want some plugins. I hate the old man's plugin smell. I don't know what that one is, but I usually go with Clean Sense or an apple or something. What's yours? Marble, oh, good one for floors.
So Christy, George and I wanna know, what's the old man smell like?
Like my grandpa's
Old Spice.
or something. I don't know if it's like lavender or what it is.
Old Spice is
Probably the old
that's
man.
where.
Old Spice is hot.
And don't put it on the
My kids are all about it.
Yeah.
That's my Saturday.
You know what I want for Christmas?
Put it on my whistle.
And you've got, when you're done listing, I usually have Mr. Clean Sponge, because in that way, you know, little scuffs, you can take that off.
When I'm showing, I like to have mints and
Oh, I'm good too, yeah. But yeah, whenever you're with kids, bring your toilet paper, you know, they always have to go back.
Oh, I thought that's what the zip ties were for.
That's duct tape. You gotta bring duct tape.
Yeah. I know, I mean, people, how many people actually do go with a gun or pepper spray? All right, okay, fine. I know a couple ladies, they do, they're always packing.
I have a birdie that is on a keychain.
Yeah.
Pull it apart and makes a screeching.
Ah.
Screeching noise.
I tested that though. That's really not that loud. You know what I mean? Like I did in
I
a
feel
parking lot
better
one time. I think people
hiking
were
with
just like,
it.
"What's that noise?" You know?
Yeah.
So just some fun ideas, so things you might not have thought to keep in your car that, we don't know, so. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Good tip.
Before we stop, is there anything that you all thought, well, I really like this particular app, I would, do not hold my hand up because I didn't like it. Like, anybody that wants to share one more tip before we do today? Anybody else? And one more tip. You're sitting there thinking, how are we going to share with you on a two-year? Yes, ma'am, Julia.
I did see, Gary, would you please email to us? Your
A tip
slideshow?
list.
Say what? Oh,
We can
we're
do that,
gonna
yeah.
send out the link for today's items, okay.
I'll do
a recap.
The graphite that she mentioned, I will say, my dad taught me this as an old home inspector. We used to go to houses and pick up keys from the agent and couldn't get in. And I was with my dad one time and he couldn't get in, or I couldn't get in. He goes, "Give me that." Takes the key, and this is for guys. There's always some oil right here. You just put it on the key. And it goes right. Free tip of the day.
There you go.
No, it's just a powder. It's kind of messy.
You're gonna get an email from me tomorrow morning.
And I'll just put on the key.
We are going to have, on the 21st this month, it really is for my, top 25%, so I'm gonna invite everybody to take you and come sit in, downstairs, Doug Duncan, who is, the best forecaster of the economy, that I know. He is, who remembers what he is?
National economy, for not.
Chief Economist
Chief
for
Economist.
Fannie Mae. And he is incredible. Pat Flood, has offered to bring him here just for our office.
Sorry, there's nothing to repeat.
Can you happened to do that?
What's the time?
He is the chief economist for Fannie Mae. And one of you smart guys, tell me who Fannie Mae is. Who's Fannie Mae?
Federal National Mortgage Association.
Which means what?
They make all the rules regarding mortgages except for Freddie Mac. And makes the other set.
And guys, he is a super bright guy. He's also a super sort of low-key funny guy. He makes all that stuff interesting. And after the meeting is right after all the feds meet and they will decide they're going to raise interest rates again. What they're going to do, and so guys, he should have a great perspective. Now he's the one that said a couple months ago, interest rates will go down before the end of the year. And he was echoed by Lauren June, who is who? NAR Chief Economist. Lawrence, I know him casually, and he also is a very bright guy. And they both have said interest rates will go down, not may, probably, they're saying will. Does that make them right?
No.
Do things change in our economy?
Yes.
Daily, that's what I said. So I will not think less of Doug, or Lon Judy if it does, they don't go down. But guys, yeah, in perspective, he will be here via Zoom. He's not flying in Florida for us. He doesn't love us that much. Only because his schedule, he would come when he could. But I just realized that's gonna happen that day, and I want a packed room here and downstairs both. We're gonna get rid of the tables that day. I'm gonna have just chairs and people come. So guys, we're gonna figure out how to, whether we have an RSVP undecided yet. And what I don't want you to do is RSVP and then you get busy and show up, because it's gonna, I think we're gonna be packed that day. It's such an interesting guy. So just realize that's coming up on the 21st. We'll have breakfast from 9:30 to 10, and 10 to 11, Doug will be on, and then from 11:30, and we will have, just follow-up questions and answers. So just, I'm gonna put that, save the date for you guys. Since you're here this morning, I want y'all to be the first to know. If you're not here, you won't hear about it quite as much. So, question, yes, sir.
21st?
21st, Thursday.
That's a Thursday, yeah.
Thursday.
Can we invite a friend?
You can, yes. Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Guys, there was a jobs report that came out this morning, and it was below projections, which is bad for people who need jobs, but that's what the Fed is looking for.
Yep.
Is a slowdown in the economy to stop. You know, the Federal Reserve is raising short-term interest rates, which affects everything else. And what they're looking for is a slowdown in the economy, which means that they're getting inflation under control also. And the report that came out this morning was about 600,000 lower than what they expected. So maybe we are starting to see that sign of that'll bring rates down.
I'm gonna read it, guys. I have a perspective that maybe only Paige has, because she's been in business longer than I've been, but I'm older than she is, so I have more wisdom she has. So,
I agree.
But look at me, okay? When the market changes, some of this room will go, my best friend called me, I not talked to her in a year, and she visited her house with broken half. You know why? Because you're not reach out to her. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be someone that you know well. It's gonna be a crappy property because you're not touching your database enough. An email once a year is not enough. So guys, please, the best you can do right now, because when the market changes, it's gonna change quickly, just like that. It's gonna shift overnight. So when it changes, you need to be ready, and you touch that person, and he or she calls it, guess what? And I just decide we're going to buy the bigger house because I can justify it now. Or we're going to downsize now because I can justify it now. Because right now, one of the biggest issues is, some of my age says, so if you have a mortgage on your house, so I have a mortgage on my house, I'm going to go down to a smaller house, I'm going to have a mortgage again, and my payment is going to be more because I have a 3% interest rate. So that's what's stopping a lot of people from selling right now. A whole lot. Why would I get a smaller house and have a bigger payment? You would not do that, particularly if you're retired. Yes, ma'am.
Andrew and I have been having this conversation back and forth, and we've been listening to different reels, and we totally get it. It's trying to get the communication to someone who doesn't understand real estate language. And so we've done, and Jim, you've seen Andrew and I both do this. It's, when interest rates are high, home prices will drop a little bit. And then when inventory gets low, home prices go up a little bit. So we're still doing all of that, but when we look at the fact of how many people have 50% equity in their home that they own, and the other 50% is at 4%, because most people are not at 2.5% if they refi. Most people are at 4.25. Is that correct, guys? Yeah. Guys, they're at 4 point. Yes. So, and you're not going to 9%, okay, right? So that is not a true statement, that if 50% of your equity, you have 50% cash in your house that you can take out and put down on a smaller home and give up your 4.25% interest rate, and give that up and get a 6.75. That is not doubling your payment. That is not doubling your payment. Look, follow the math. And I'm really struggling with, how do I say that to my next door neighbor? not to y'all, but how do I say that to my next door neighbor?
Yeah.
How would you say
So
that
we're
to your next
doing the
neighbor?
pulley thing, you know, cause it feels comfortable to me when
I
the,
think you gotta do examples of the math.
Doubles the interest.
and
For
we
people.
are doing examples of the math and showing it, if you have X number of dollars, and we're doing it kind of by neighborhood. Like, if the average price point is 600,000 in this neighborhood, we're taking that price point and saying, yeah, you can move. And the other thing is, a lot of people wanna move out of their $600,000 big house into an $850,000 small house. That's where people are moving. That's where people are moving. They want tall ceilings, small footprint, big appliances, big master bedroom, no other bedrooms. I mean, the world is changing.
Lower maintenance yard.
Yes, but I mean, we have to realize that people are moving out of lesser expensive, bigger homes into more expensive, smaller homes.
As we close, what are some of the lies that are out there right now?
The what lies?
The lies out there. The biggest one is that, guess what? Prices are getting ready to drop.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that.
Fully out.
This week on the news program.
Market's gonna crash.
Pardon me?
Things are just gonna go crash.
And they will, just as soon as we have an overabundance of inventory in about 11 years. So, you know, just let them know, they're right. They wanna stay in the same house that they're in for 11 years, so that inventory catches up with the market.
What are the lies out there right now, guys? We're gonna go in 1 minute. What are the lies out there right now?
It can't keep going up.
Can you go
Can't
up?
keep going up, no way.
Is that true?
No.
Will it keep going up?
Yes.
4%.
It's 4%, so this is going up. Okay, guys, this is a lie that I hear in this office. Wrong time to buy investment properties, Jim. Wrong. Because in 5 years, you'll go back and go, dang, that was a good deal for that house. Now, may the numbers not work right now. It may not work right now. May work right now. But that's a lie out there right now that I keep going, that's just not true. It is not true. And maybe you can't make numbers work for you, and I get that. You know, I get that. Guys, we need to be the voice out there calling and saying, like Paige just said, the minute you talk to one of our loan officers here, they can explain to you how your payment actually be less than you're in the house you want to be in. Can I get someone to call you? Have a conversation.
There's not enough inventory to make money in this business.
That's just not true. Now, could it be true in the short run? Could be. If you buy a big house today, and you gotta sell it in a week, you might not be able to break even. You may not be able to find you do what you need to do. Anyway, guys, a lot of good stuff going on today, guys. Please just be ready. A lot of stuff here for you to come and partake in through that. Can we give Christy, and can we give We also have to quite finished. Okay. Thank you all so much. Enjoy your day.
I know it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.